So they'll be calling you a radical. This is an important historic video. So the FBI, this is the Wall Street Journal, has, this is a big story, I'm telling you. All hands on deck, all hands on deck. As you know, now, I've said for a long time, the untouchables. They'll go after the bribees, but not the bribers. So the bribees and, I went back to my city, and my city was gone. $60 million to a bunch of they arrested the politicians. So Exelon, you know, this falls into both parties. Trump has, by the way, Trump just doled out another $160 million, and the nuclear pork is flying, you know. Oh my God, it's disgusting. So, Status King Cuomo in New York. Oh, you want to talk fraud. This is Exelon. Exelon, now listen to me, this is important. When the reactors closed down in New York, upstate New York, not to be confused, 3 times stronger than 3 Mile Island is 9 Mile Island up there. They went bankrupt, they were done. Exxon rolls in them, buys them peanuts on the dollar, then gets the $7.6 billion Status King Cuomo bank bailout on chemo in New York City, the city that never sleeps. Oh, they're fucking asleep. So they go into Ohio. Now, we were working on this. We were trying to block this. I'm the first guy that started all these state block. The first one was New York. I went crazy. I fought it. By the way, it's still corrupt. It was never ratified by any political apparatus. It was just Status King Cuomo and his twin cousin, who act like they hate each other, who are identical twins, Trump. It's like Obama and Trump. They're nuclear porkster twins. They're bee puppets. So, Illinois, arrest guys who took bribes. Here in Utah, it's a big deal, I'm telling you. New scale from hell. I handed the FBI the goods on a silver platter. Idaho. So, talking to Tim up in Oregon, he's in Corvallis. That's where New Scale is. You know, the little nuka. This is the most corrupt thing in the world. I got a hunch there's going to be a whole bunch of Utah state politicians getting handcuffed soon. I know for a fact the FBI is working it. It's legal to gift, but not to bribe. And so, for whom the bell tolls. So, Tim said, remember we reported the cladding plant up there at Oregon State, and he says there's, in Corvallis, you got guys driving around Lamborghinis and, you know, Bugattis, and I'm like, yeah, because here's the fraud of the nuclear cartel. These little SMRs, whatever, it's called Price Anderson. They get all the money up front. They never intend to do any of these things. They just rob it and thieve it. But when it comes to the state bailout, as I've said for years, the federal bailout's not enough. The IEA fucking world subsidy's not enough. You know, the states, they got to go to the states. That's not enough. They'll be having a bake sale at your local PTA. So, I mean, it's never enough for these. I mean, it's the greatest crime syndicate in world history. What's Fukushima? What's COVID-19? I mean, ravishing the planet. So, the Wall Street Journal reports this morning that the FBI is investigating, they don't use Exelon's name, the owners of the plants. Well, who do you think the owners of the plants are? You start digging into who owns these nuclear reactors, and you'll fucking, yeah, Bill Eugenics Gates, oh yes. You know, the Trump's son-in-law, they bought Westinghouse at a receivership. You say it's the who's money that's in this because of Price Anderson. There's no liability on these things. So when they investigate the owners, Exelon's so dirty, it's unbelievable. So Tim told me the clad plant, which they spent tens of millions of dollars on right there, he went by there 2 days ago and he says, you ain't gonna believe this, Kevin. He says, it's closed and everybody's abandoned. I'm like, oh, because the rumor around here, we got a couple municipalities that bailed out, but and I want to say this to the politicians that took this grant money in these little municipalities around. I tried to warn them years ago. It's fraud. The FBI is going to breathe down your neck. You know, it's fraud. And so, this is the first time I can ever recall the FBI going after the owners of one of these. Now, Kamala Harris was the Attorney General in the Senate Opry fraud, and she started to go after them. You know, but by the way, her mother, the epidemiologist at Livermore, the cancer research PhD who got cancer, God, isn't that what Kevin Blanche? I mean, whoa. the fraud that was happening at San Onofre, oh my God, all the way up to Jerry Brown, PV, the California, I mean, up, down, rank, file. It's because that's where all the freaking pork's at. The Manhattan Project opened the freaking spigot and never shut it off. So all hands on deck, all hands on. It's a big deal. Because the FBI didn't even step into San Onofre, which blows my mind to this day, the FBI didn't. And the FBI, new scale, this West 12th Street freaking economic development, because it's federal money. This is important. Read the FBI's charter. Read it. It says to investigate and clean up corrupt governments. So all hands on deck. Oh, is this a big deal? It's a big deal. So the untouchables, we'll see. Stay on 10.